Hey everybody, it's Hannah from Yarn User Gal tonight, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really easy triangle shawl. All you're going to need is your yarn, a hook of the right hook size, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle for weaving in your ends. So to start, you're going to make a magic ring. So to do that, you wrap it over your fingers to the back and to the front, and then cross it right there and put it back like that. And then you're going to take your hook, go under this first loop, over the second loop, pull the second one through the first one, and slide it off your fingers. Now you're going to chain 3. So to chain, you're going to yarn over and then pull through. That's one chain. We're going to do 3 of those. So that was 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to double crochet. So to double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into this ring through both of those loops. See, because that's the tail. So we're going in both of those loops, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 of these loops, and yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops. So that's 1 double crochet. So we have a chain 3, which counts as a stitch, and a double crochet. Now we're going to do 1 more double crochet, you get a little bit more yarn here, and now you have a chain 3, which is 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches in your ring. So now we're going to create the point. So what you're going to do for that, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to double crochet 3 more in that ring to mirror this side. So remember that first chain 3 counts as a stitch because it's the same height and size as a double crochet. Alright, this is my last double crochet. And now you're going to pull this ring tight. So to do that, you just grab this tail and pull it. And then pull it hard enough where it's tight, but not too hard because you don't want to break your yarn. Okay, so now you have a very tiny triangle. So now we're going to start increasing it. So it'll be increasing that way, and that way, and that way. So to start the next round, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to turn your work so that now we're going to be working into those stitches. So you're going to double crochet 1 in this first stitch because that will make an increase. So yarn over, insert into both of these loops here. We're going to go right into that V, yarn over, pull through those loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, now we have 2 more stitches before we get to the chain space. We're going to work a double crochet into each of these spaces, each of these stitches. Okay, and now we're up to this chain 2 space. So this is where we were making the point. We just chained 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to double crochet 2 into this space. That's 1. That's 2. And then you're going to chain 2 so that we continue that point. And then you're going to double crochet 2 more in that same chain 2 space. You can sort of slide your stitches around if you need to. Okay, and now you're going to be working the rest of the row. So we have a stitch right here that we're going to work into. And then another stitch. And now we've come to this chain 3 space. So I said this counts as a stitch. So we're going to be but it's the end of the row. So we're going to make an increase so that it doesn't just make that shape, it'll make this side flat. So you're going to yarn over, and instead of going in a stitch, you have this chain space. So you just put your hook in the chain space. Hold on, let me try that again. And try to catch 2 loops of that chain space. And then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's 1, and then we're going to do 1 more double crochet in that same space, that same chain, because that will increase our row. Okay, so now each row is going to make your little triangle shawl bigger. So now we're going to begin row 3. So what you're going to do is chain 3, and now turn your work so that you're facing this side. And now you're going to double crochet 1 in the first stitch, and 1 in each of the stitches up to the chain 2 space. This is going to be very similar to row 2, there's just a few more stitches to work into. Because you're doing increases, you're going to be getting more stitches every row, and so each row you're going to have a few more stitches to work into. Now we're at the chain 2 space, so double crochet 2 into the space, not into the actual chain. We're going to be working in just into this little space here. And now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet 2 in that same space, that same chain 2 space. Alright, and now we're going to work 1 double crochet into each of these stitches along the rest of the row. And again, once you've reached the end of your row, you're going to be working into the chain, not this space. See, there's a space there, but we're going to work into the actual chain. So get 2 loops of the chain on your hook, and just double crochet as if that were a regular stitch. And remember, we're doing 2 of those, so that it increases. Okay, so now you're just going to be repeating that last row, row 3, for the rest of the shawl. except each row you're going to have just a couple more stitches to work into on these sides. I'm just going to make a little sample, but I'll meet you in just a second. Okay, so now I've just worked up a few more rows. Again, I'm just making a sample. And now, once you're happy with the size of your shawl, what you're going to do is fasten off. So chain 1, cut your yarn, and now you're going to pull this all the way through and then pull it tight. Alright, and now you're going to weave your ends in. So it doesn't really matter what side. So if you like one side better than the other, then that will be the front. So I like this side better, so I'll be weaving in the ends on this side. So I'll just take this tail down into here and then weave it back and forth a couple times and do the same with this, down there, back up and down. And once my ends are woven, I'll meet you in just a minute. Okay, so now your triangle shawl is complete. So you can block it if you want. I'm gonna steam block mine. And thank you so much for watching. It would be great if you could subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.